All right, my friends, it appears that AMD might have backtracked a little bit on the 50 or on the 6000 series cards at least, which is maybe a backtrack, maybe not a backtrack. I watched an Ancient Gameplays video, and you know, I mean, me and him are kind of on the same page with it to an extent, but you know, he brought a little bit more information into the picture, you know, like maybe the 6000 series cards weren't really getting, you know, a whole lot more performance out of each freaking additional update anyways, so it kind of made sense for them to put them in maintenance mode. But here's the thing, guys. Optics always matter, especially for us YouTubers. We love the optics. We make a big deal out of everything. So you got to look at it from this point of view, okay? And you guys have heard me make this complaint a lot. It literally feels like NVIDIA gimps their cards right before the next generation anyway. So being able to get like 5 years of support out of the 6000 series card, cool, whatever, man. Look, AMD gets called fine wine. And for the most part, you know, testing out that W Pro card, awesome experience. Freaking love it. I think it is an enjoyable experience, even though it's still just RDNA 2. My PlayStation 5, my Xbox Series X, they still give me a good gaming experience. So the question is, are we being too hard on AMD for essentially just ripping the Band-Aid off and telling us how it is, you know, because that's pretty much how it is. Look, here's my policy. I always, this is why I never, ever recommend buying old cards, because electronics, no matter how you look at it, they kind of have a shelf life, okay? Now, maybe you're that guy, that savvy computer builder, you've been doing this a long time, you know exactly what you're looking for, you know exactly what you want to buy. Okay, cool. You can make anything work. You've been doing this for a long time. You know exactly what you're doing. But for me, the casual PC gamer, and the rest of you, the rest of our PC gamers that are casual gamers, that don't really understand all this stuff, and we get freaked out easily, and we get mad, and we start putting things like, oh gosh, we start bashing companies because we don't really truly understand that there is kind of a shelf life. There is, but there isn't, okay? Now, if you're like me and you like to keep up with the Joneses, because like, look, I'm Froggy FOMO, okay? I upgrade every generation, whether I need to or not, I upgrade every generation. So yes, when RDNA 5 comes out, you know Froggy's gonna have one. Immediately, I'm gonna try to get the best one I can to go head to head with my RTX 5090. But you gotta look at it this way, okay? And this is why I don't recommend buying old cards, especially for those of you that are coming to look on YouTube for advice for what to buy, because something like this is going to come up always, okay? I want you to have the most uninterrupted honeymoon phase that you can get with your new products. Now, when I recommend 9060 XT, that card is going to give you a spectrum all the way up to 7800 XT performance, okay? It's going to do it, and it's going to be all right. Yes, you're going to use the features, but you're not going to care, because it's true. You're going to use the features, and you're not going to care. Why? Because you probably go to work, you come home, you just want to play video games, and you want to have a good time, and you want it to look good, and you want it to be smooth. Boom. There you go. It's not even that much money. It's like 350 bucks. If you stick to the 60 series cards, and I stand by this, if you stick to the 60 series cards, upgrade every generation. Make sure you can. Always sell out your old card for at least half of what you paid for it. You can probably get more, but you don't necessarily need to. And then you upgrade every freaking single generation, and you get the best experience that you can get in that class. For the 70 series cards, that's pretty much all you really need for gaming. If you look at what 5070, 9070, 9070 XT, and 5070 Ti can bring to the table across the spectrum of 1440p to 4K gaming, do you really need more? Okay, you can splurge and get whatever you need, but the next step up from that really is you're looking at like 90 class. 5080 is not it. Sad face. But you go to 5090 and like, look, guys, I love my 5090, but let's just be real. for the money, I thought it would be significantly better. And it is much better, especially when you use the features. It is significantly better with the features. But if you're just running native and you're trying to do the whole, yeah, man, I can do native resolution, all of that stuff. Okay, you're about 4K, 60 to 80, 90 in some cases with like native DLAA, and that's pretty good. That is pretty good. But some games are going to be right around like 55, 60, which is still pretty good. Like it's not bad. Like especially when you're looking at like you're running 4K, you're running these heavier games, you're using ray tracing, all of that stuff. Like it is what it is, but still, I think that the price range should be closer to the $2,000 MSRP for what you pay, for what you get out of a 5090. If you're making money with this GPU, bam, buy whatever the hell yeah, you're good. But if you're just playing games on it, it's a lot harder to justify over $2,000 for this GPU. $2,000, I could easily justify that. Easily, I'd be like, okay, bam. If I was only using it for gaming and that's all I bought it for, 2,000 bucks, easy peasy. I can even justify the 24 and then the tax for the one I bought just because of the fact that I'm like, okay, I love that cooler. I love this MSI gaming trio. I love the way it looks, aesthetically pleasing. Does got an incredible cooler and all that stuff. Okay, I can justify that. But when we go back and we look at what AMD just tried to shoot themselves in the foot for and making it harder for me, Captain Radeon, to shill that brand, I was getting a little upset. Like, I'm not even lying. Man, cutting freaking 6000 series GPUs out before the console generation they're built on is even over? Ooh, AMD, what are you thinking? Like, why do you do these types of things, man? Like, FSR 4 should already be on 7000 series GPUs. If it comes to 6000 series cards, cool. If you guys can make it work and do a good job, you should do it. But okay, AMD, if you're sitting there and you're looking at 6000 series cards and you're like, gosh, damn, some of these, it's going to maintain performance and look better. Some of them, it's going to regress performance drastically, 6600, XT or whatever. Okay. Like, I get it. It takes money, it takes resources, then everything's got to work. You're going to have to test this stuff. I get why you would want to cut out the 6000 series. I get why you would want to cut out RDNA 2. Like, I get it. Like, I understand. I'm not stupid. And I look at it this way, if I would have bought a 6950 wasn't even available at launch. It was 6900 XT. If I would have bought 6900 XT at launch, $4,000, and we're 5 years out right now, almost exactly 5 years out now. 5 years. If I had 5 years with that GPU, and you're finally telling me, look, man, we're not going to be able to do this. I'm thinking, I'm a grown man, I'm an adult, I'm thinking, all right, so cool. I mean, FSR 4 wasn't even in the pipeline. We never knew it was going to come. We got RDNA 4 GPUs out now. They're faster, they're more efficient, you get better performance, you get better ray tracing performance. It's a much better overall GPU. Runs cooler, all of this stuff, okay? Maybe it runs cooler than 6900. I'm not exactly sure. I think they're both, one of them's 3-pin, the other one's a 2-8-pin. Okay, maybe you are bumping up the power limit a little bit for this, but you're essentially getting a significant improvement over 6900 XT. If you're looking at it from this point of view, and this is the way Froggy does it, look, 4 years is my max, okay? I'm okay with buying any GPU up to 4 years. Okay, this is pretty much me with technology. Period. 4 years. Once it passes the 2-year mark, it's considered old news. Once it gets to 4 years, it's considered okay. You can buy it, but except you might not get any more updates. Okay, you might not get any updates. You might not get any performance. Nothing. Like, as long as you're still getting at least security updates for it, okay. But 4 years is pretty much where I'm like, Okay, like I'm not going to complain about 4 years. Like seriously, the only reason the only reason why RDNA 2 is even kind of sticking with me right now is just due to the fact that like, look, that's what PS5 and Xbox are built on, is RDNA 2. So I look at that and I'm just like, damn, AMD, how do you do this? Like we've got Steam Deck built on that, my ROG Ally RDNA 2. So you look at this and it's like, okay, like how does this even make sense? Like what were they thinking in the first place? They're like, oh yeah, this is going to be great. This is going to be awesome. We're going to tell them that this isn't going to come. And do they not know that like YouTubers are like starving? Like they're going to misconstrue every single thing they say for cheap clicks, no matter what. Do I think that RDNA 2 is still worth it? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I think the RDNA 2 is still good. Would I recommend somebody buying it? No, I not now. I mean, I didn't even when I was the freaking reviewing 7800 XT, I would still be like, no, don't buy old cards. Don't do it. That should literally be like common knowledge. Seriously, everybody always talking about like these are the rules of PC gaming. That should be one of them. Not, well, you can get a cheaper last generation card for, look at all them weirdos now. Them weirdos might have cost you a lot more money sitting there like peddling old stuff. Like stop trying to be helpful. Stop trying to be freaking, yeah, just stop. Like that is the dumbest advice you can ever give anybody. Yeah, you should buy old technology. It's going to be good. Look at what we can do right now. Oh, wow. Look, I know that some people out there might not have a choice on what they can and can't buy. I get that here in America, we're spoiled rotten brats, and I get that. But when you look at this every 2 years, okay, and this is a problem PC gaming wide. We have 2 years before new GPUs come out, every generation, okay? Developers aren't even really being able to tap into this full potential. And so what we're happening we're just churning this stuff out and it's getting half used, and so it's still good, a little bit longer and stuff like that. If we were to literally go to a 4-year release cycle for PC hardware, I think it would be a little bit better. Honestly, you'd get developers that have more time to like really figure out the ins and outs of the hardware they're building on. They would have more time. The prices would come down a little bit. They could actually start selling them a little bit cheaper toward the end, and then start, research and development into building out bigger. Because let's face it, us gamers, man, we really don't need the cascade, the every 2 year cascade anymore. Like we just don't. AI guys, okay, I get that. They need the faster nodes and all of that stuff for AI. Cool. I think us gamers would probably be okay and probably appreciate not having every 2 year FOMO. I know I would. I just spent $2,600 on an RTX 5090. Hell yeah, I would love to spend 4 years with that GPU. Absolutely. I don't want to have FOMO in freaking another year thinking, oh my God, I'm going to get rid of my 5090. I'm going to take me 90 so I can get 13% more. I don't want to be in that position every damn generation because I am an every generation upgrader. That's me. I'm an upgrader. I do that often. And so I hear things like this from AMD and I'm just shaking my head, dude. I'm just shaking my head. I'm like, why? You were doing so good, bro. You were doing good, Mr. AMD. No, and I'm serious. You were doing good. Like you were gaining market share. You were showing customers that you cared and believed in your products. You were getting a little bit greedy there, and letting AIBs sell them for whatever they wanted. But in the end, they've been worth it. They've been good. 9070 XT has been absolutely incredible. And now here we are, right back to square one. NVIDIA is out there selling their cards, gimping them. I really do believe that NVIDIA, I kind of feel like that's exactly what happens with NVIDIA. I'm not even joking. It's like they get to the end of the generation and boom, they just kind of stopped supporting or digging hard enough to gain performance, because you see it every generation. I mean, we're already seeing it with the 5090. You see it every generation. NVIDIA starts to not have as much performance. And then the new cards come out and they're a little bit better, but it's just wild. It's just wild. You know, everybody's like, oh, NVIDIA is the best. But then it's like, well, how come we can't never squeeze anything more out of these GPUs? But they continuously do it on AMD. Look, I'll be the first to admit AMD usually does come out pretty half-cooked, but 9070 XT didn't feel very half-cooked to me. It felt pretty damn good from the day it came out to the day I had that in my patty cakes. It felt good. I was excited about it. I was having a good time. So I don't know, man. Like, I don't know if going forward, maybe I just need to state my policy. You know, hey, dude, 4 years. That's that's my expectation from GPU manufacturers. 4 years. 4 years. You give me 4 years support for a GPU, cool. It is what it is. If you decide to stop supporting after 4 years, it is what it is. It is what it is. Does it look good if you do that? Absolutely not. Absolutely freaking not. It does not look good. Yeah, I don't know. 6000 series, man. I was thinking about this all damn day, and then I saw Ancient Gameplay's video. I listened to what he said, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense, you know, because we do get performance enhancements throughout, you know, the AMD GPUs. Got them all throughout the 7000 series. Got better and better. And so I look back at that, and I'm like, okay. You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure like the 7000 series cards are starting to hit that wall maybe a little bit, you know. They're starting to hit that performance cap or whatever. And then you look back, I mean, I kind of feel like they might be able to squeeze more out of 7000 because it's a chiplet design, whereas with the 6000 it was monolith. We're monolithic again for the 90 series cards, or the 70 or RDNA 4. So I don't know. I don't know how to 100% feel about it, and I don't know how to make anybody else feel about it. I guess maybe let me know in the comment section. Some of you guys have already been very vocal, and I get it. Like, trust and believe. You're like, man, I don't know if I want to buy any more AMD. Trust and believe, dude. Why do you think I went on a whole tirade with NVIDIA, bro? And it just kind of sucks because it's like I tore the crap out of NVIDIA over this stuff. I did. And I'm not doing it to AMD, but I've learned so much. That's the biggest difference, is I've learned so much in this last 4 years to where I feel like, yeah, before I did jump the gun, and like, trust me, you know, you got the channel, you got people come in and everybody likes that, and videos do well when you're negative and stuff like that. Like, trust me, I'm taking a lot more into consideration these days and trying to be more level-headed and fair. The last video I made about this, after I found out about it, that's pretty much the gist of it. It's like, look, man, AMD, if you're going to do this to customers, if you're going to not support these GPUs when they are the same technology that the current generation consoles are built on, to me that seems that doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. You need to support RDNA freaking. You need to support RDNA 2. Like, you must do that. So, all right, my friends, this is your video on that. I'm going to get you guys a live stream tonight. Happy freaking Halloween. And we'll talk more about this. We'll talk about this in the live stream. Obviously, we'll talk about some of the new amazing games. We'll talk about some Arc freaking Raiders, which you all should be playing. You shouldn't even be watching this video. You should be playing Arc Raiders. Best game ever made. Absolutely incredible. I freaking love this game. It's so damn cool. Woo, man. But just went shopping. I had to go shopping before tomorrow. Gosh, you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. It might be the Wild Wild West. So November 1st, yeah, I just had to go shopping and get me some food and stuff like that. So, all right, guys. AMD. You make it very, very hard to shield for you. So, all right, guys. We'll see you in the next one.